Hey everybody, it's Steve Wolfpack again. Um, Wolfpack with call sign, man, like that. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm back making a video. I stopped making videos after a while, and I apologize because the fact is that number one, nobody really cares or listened anyway. But I was with a friend having lunch the other day, and he asked me how I was going on my YouTube, and asked me how I was doing on social media, trying to get the word out and getting my perspective and my points of views out. And generate a conversation between folks. Um, so I just told myself, I was depressed. I was like, I ain't doing no good. Ain't nobody listening or whatever. Well, he looked at me and he said, you know what? He said, you're looking at it wrong, bro. I said, well, he said, well, because the fact is that, you know what? You got to keep putting out messages and you got to keep out putting out common sense, because if you just reach one person and they share it, then you got bunch of pals and you got friends that are able to talk about a subject, and then it starts people talking about it too. Plus also the fact is that it makes people think, makes people think about what their personal opinion is, not what somebody told you, but what you hear. So this is why I'm going to continue making my videos. If you don't like them, I'm sorry, turn it off. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to make them as events arise in my own personal life and in my own city here of Huntington, Angelina County, and state of Texas, and United States. I got a point I got to make, and you know what, I can voice my opinion at least. Maybe I can get somebody that'll agree or disagree. Either way, but we'll start a conversation. I think that's what we're missing here in America today. Is just somebody sitting down and talking to each other. Today, as I come to you, I really want to send out my deepest sympathies and my prayers to the victims and the families and all those that were affected in Florida. Another school shooting. As we start the gun control debate again, we're going to be seeing more laws. And my question is that these laws that we're going to be passing, are they going to actually do any good? Some of the major crime areas that we see today are in cases where there are gun laws that, well, there are no gun laws, you can't have a gun, you can't even buy one in those towns, you can't even can't even rent one, I don't think. So we'll have the gun debate coming up once again because of this terrible shooting. Now, first of all, before we get into the debate, here's some points that I want to make that I've done research on, and please correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, the FBI knew about this son guy. They had him on their radar. Okay. They had him on the radar, and they didn't do anything about it. Somewhere, somebody dropped the ball, didn't get the word out, and it tells you a lot. It says a lot for what their tip lines and things, and how they, when you call in to report a crime or report some suspicious activity, how much they actually put weight in that. How many officers did they actually have watching this guy or doing this, and how many officers did they have investigating the Russian investigation and the Russian connection or whatever? Was there Russians ain't killed nobody. They messed with the election, but they didn't kill nobody. Maybe we should have spent more time on trying to figure out this some gun and arrest him before it happened. I don't know. It's just me. Next thing is the school. They knew. He had been kicked out of three schools, and he had behavior problems. He was acting out early. Some of his comments made in school were not paid attention to. And I'm not saying it's all the school fault. I'm just saying that the teachers have to be available and say, you know what, they have to go to somebody and say, you know, his boy ain't riding head. You know, he's spouting all this shit, and I don't know if it's serious or not. I can't tell. That would preclude that this boy needs some help. He needs to go talk to somebody about this behavior. And if he kicked out of three schools, I'm sorry, but you know what, there ain't going to be a fourth. No, there ain't going to be no fourth school involved. I don't know where the hell you're going to put this son gun, but I guarantee you shouldn't be in school nowhere. Now, homeschooling, that's when it doesn't become an option, it becomes mandatory. So the flags were actually out there, we just didn't pay attention to them. And this is what scares me the most, is that when things pop up, people just go on about their business, and they don't realize how their participation in the system can benefit others. I question that a lot these days. The mere fact that these individuals died in this manner is unacceptable. I can't believe we're coming to an America where you can't even go to church, you can't even go to school, you can't go to a movie theater. I mean, hell, when you walk out the dang door, there's a possibility that somebody's going to blow you up or shoot you. That to me is unfathomable. I'll give you an example. When I was in Afghanistan, I had to worry about that crap every damn day. I did not think that I was going to have to come back over here and deal with the same damn situation. And if you want an analysis, there's less mass shootings in a war zone in Iraq and Afghanistan over a course of time. Shit's happening too damn often in America. Gun control, I don't know. I have my feelings on that. I mean, an AR-15 or something along that lines is people describe it as defending your country. I don't know, but an AR-15, I put it in my hands. It's a war weapon. It's a weapon for war. That's what I used in Afghanistan. That's what I used, training, and that's what I used. It was for war. Period. Handguns and things of this nature were used in 9mm. It was for war. So my question remains is that should we draw a line on what weapons we can sell and we can't? I mean, what if I own a bazooka? Would that count? I don't know. But the debate is going to go on, and my stance is this: is yes, I carry, but mine is pretty much a hobby. I carry black powder. That's an 1851 Navy Confederate Colt black powder. I can make my own lead. I don't do it because it's cheaper to buy it. But I can. I make my own black powder, but it's cheaper to buy it. But anyway, I digress. But the issue is this: is that I choose to carry my weapon for self-defense. When I pull it, it's going to fire, and that's my intention. However, there is also something that I don't understand is people say, well, how can you carry that gun around? I said, well, first, it's an antique and it's a curiosity weapon. People are interested in their history. But second of all, it's my protection. Third of all, it's like, why the hell is it bothering you? Because I got it properly holstered. I got it properly, But then they may report me as suspicious. Okay, well, that's okay. You think I'm suspicious? Well, let me explain to you that I'm not. And if you need further assistance, let's call the cops. They can come down here and they can verify it for you. I'm willing to go through that to carry. I'm willing to go through that to carry my black powder anywhere I want to. This person was alarmed. Okay. Either I talk to them, work it out, or I exit the building where I'm at, or I talk to the officer. Good luck with that, because the way that all these shootings are going, you've got to be aware that the officers are on guard and they're aware. It's unfortunate that all these officers that we have across the United States and here actually in Texas, in Angelina County and Huntington, Texas, they're not trained to handle these kind of risks. I have asked for a review or just a copy of the SOP for their deadly force procedures. Are there force procedures? What constitutes excessive force? I was told through my Freedom of Information request I couldn't request that information. So Hillary can leak out 3,000 freaking top secret emails, and I can't even get a copy of the darn rules and regulations when they apply deadly force. I think that's something that maybe we might want to be interested in, don't you? If I do this, he's going to do that. Can't get them. After 4 years, I just found out a year ago that they had some kind of case on me for resisting arrest and for refusing transport. Resisting arrest, hell, I didn't. Hell, they tased me 2 times and chokehold my ass till I passed out. So if you shoot 50,000 votes in somebody, and guess what? You got to put a chokehold on them too. I think maybe that might be considered excessive force. I don't know. Not in Texas. Plus, you can request information. I asked since it's been 4 years, I asked the criminal attorney, can you provide me information how long my trials are going to have to wait? Normally in a misdemeanor case like that, that would be 6 months at tops. It's been 4 years now. So I question the mentality of this and the reason. Today we live in a world where we live in fear. We fear being character assassinated. We fear speaking our mind because of what somebody else says about you or what you actually think about a subject. Today you are actually judged by your stance on one issue, what group you belong to. I'm reminded of a comedian, I can't remember what his name was, but he was talking about the gang wars and everything. He goes, you know what, Crips, blood, I'm in the middle, catfish, pond, you know, I go both ways. Not literally, guys, come on. But anyway, I go Democrat or Republican. Depends on who's making sense that day. I guarantee you that I believe that we've actually moved on from the Republican and Democrat. I think we should all call them one thing, aristocrats, because I can't tell the difference between one of them. But then, what do I know? Today we are living in a world to where voting numbers are down so much to where in my county, only less than 20% will vote. In my city, in my town, less than 13% will vote. For our city council, we can't even get anybody to run. So they just keep going on, no term limits, I guess. I don't know. But I also spoke to some individuals around here, and I was asking, well, why don't you run? You know, why don't you run? The fact of the matter is, they told me, I said, you know what, I don't want no part of it. They done got it screwed up. I don't want to be the last one holding the bag. $5 million in debt, haven't addressed it. Hey, you think somebody would be paying attention to something? You think somebody would be paying attention around that? It just scared me. I got a little bling. I don't know who it was. Anyway. In our country, we have failed to do our job as citizens, or we're failing to. We refuse to get down to basics, and let's concentrate on the basic issues that make our country great. Let's get down to having a discussion between each other without having in the next sentence have to talk about somebody's heritage or what you do, your brother or your sister. Ain't points. They want point. I would love to see 50% of the Americans compete in a debate on stage. They don't know what the hell to do. They understand, or can they accept the individual's opinions? Your opinion is supposed to be suppressed no matter what. You have to side and agree with the majority. Dissension is not allowed. No. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do in law enforcement is we're going to go ahead and we're going to enforce the law, but we're going to go a little bit extra. We're going to start tasing people. We're going to start pulling them out of the car. But you know what? It's all for your security. So you need to look the other way. How long is it till we stop looking the other way and say, hey, you can't do that? Oh. Not happening anytime in our future. I haven't put out a video to look it up. I have a notebook of stuff that I write down. I got questions. Then I ask, where do I go get the answers? Some of these people around here think I'm a guru or something. Because I know I can quote statutes. I can do things out of the Bible. I can do things and I just quote it. Well, I'm not quoting it. It's just the fact that I know where to look it up. And I do. I take the effort time to look it up. You won't catch me going into the grocery store and somebody telling you, hey, the store's on fire. I'm going to have to verify that for myself. I want to go back and look, hey, the store's on fire. I got to go. I'm sorry, I'm just overweight. I got to see it to believe it. Why? Because the fact is, over a course of many years and my years of upbringing, I have learned that you can't trust everybody. Some people The majority of the people nowadays are out for themselves. And if they can get you to run out of the Brooks Brothers just because they said so, believe me, you're going to hit the front page news and say that somebody's going to say, well, that's somebody's crazy. You see him running around out there in the parking lot? There it starts. So I believe, and I stand, upcoming a couple of videos you guys are going to know, I'm going to be doing a series of videos about my experience. It's going to be a running diary. And I hope that people will pay attention and see exactly how bad this has gotten across the nation. We are no longer a democracy. I'm sorry. You can't call yourself a democracy when less than 50% of the population votes. That's not a democracy. You can't have a democracy when your representatives don't represent you. They represent big business. The scam is over with. Our government, our Congress, even our president, all the way down to the city council, they have already been bought and paid for. Assuming these positions, they expect a certain amount of perks that come along with that position. Who made those up? Did the people agree on that? No. So basically what we have is we have a ceremonial government. It's much like comparison to the Queen and King of England. They're just there for some ceremonial duties. That's it. The real person in charge is the third one on the totem pole. He's the prime minister. He's the one that calls the shots. Look into your government today, local, state, federal. Look how many. Who's the ones who actually really make the decision? Chief of state? I don't know. Somebody besides the president. Now everybody's got their hats hung on Trump. Well, I'm saying this right now. You know, I like Trump's style, but the fact is, I still totally realize he can't get anything done unless he's got Congress and a judicial system on his side. Can't do that. They're out just to spite him. They just want whatever Trump says. I'm voting against it. Not everywhere that makes sense of that. We are caught up in a wave of emotion of what other people think, and we get propagandized to where, hey, this is the way I'm supposed to think, this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is what the cool thing is to do today, so that's the way I'm going. Because I'll do anything to be a part of the crowd. Please don't separate me because I'll be too lonely. And I'll have to get out of my safe place to meet new friends. Please don't tell me that we're so afraid of what people think about us that we will give up our own morals and values to appease others. I can't tell you this enough. The fact is that for these individuals who do this and participate in this, I have to call you a coward. Because if you can't stand up for yourself, who in the hell is going to? If you can't let your position know to everyone and stand by it, then you're going to be considered someone that they can turn to their side. And that's the way you're going to be approached. They're going to dangle the damn carrot. Next thing you know, they take the carrot away and you're over a hole and you're like, oh shit. That's what happened to America. We are second in the world in incarcerations. Please tell me how that's the land of the free. Please tell me that you can get that you can understand the fact is that you can get a higher sentence for having cocaine, 30 to 45 years for being in possession, but if you rape a girl, you get probation. This is what we allow our government to do. This is what we allow because we don't speak up and say, no, that's wrong, we're going to change it. Because changing shit's tough. It takes work. Don't think that just because you're saying so and you're going to wave your pom-pom and say, I'm morally right, that everybody's going to agree with you. No. Because they're going to protect what they got. They're going to protect what they got to make sure they don't lose it. And they'll go by any legal, and they'll go by any means necessary. And all of them are not legal. So yeah, you're right. You're fighting an uphill battle. Why is that so important? Because the fact is it's not supposed to be that way. Because the fact is it's supposed to be for the people, by the people. We are supposed to be making those decisions that we're allowing government to make. We are the ones who let them know, either by hook, crook, email, phone, or braille. I don't care what you've got to do to get a message across these individuals that people are watching on this one. Other people are watching on this one. For my post that I put up on my Huntington, Texas, I know that it doesn't pertain to you, but I ask you to do me a favor, just share it anyway, because it might be that one person that I reach that needs to hear it, to get up off their butt and say, you know what, I had enough. I am tired of bending over and seeing people enforce rules that are made up, and if they can't make them up, they can't make them stick, they just make one freaking up and pass it through Congress. How many bills are sitting in your representative's inbox waiting to make a decision on? How many? Call him and ask him. If you don't understand that you can actually go through and get through a Freedom of Information request, you can, if they don't want to tell you, you can request it because it's your information. You paid for it through your taxes. They have to release the documentation to you. If they tell you you can't do it by email, bullshit, you can. If you need help on that, let me know. I'll show you the statute. The conversation needs to go on between us here on YouTube or wherever in social media that you use. The fact is, the matter is that we need to rely on each other to spread the message, and also we need to check each other out. So I can't find this statute. I can't find where this is against the law. I can't find this with the law. I can't find it. Can you help me? Boom. Somebody on here will shoot you a link. Opens up this conversation. We're scared to have a conversation outside our realm. Speak to somebody that's out there different because we want to fit in even on the internet. We want to pretend that we're somebody that we're not, or we don't want to disclose what our thoughts and feelings are because we may get attacked. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on internet shit. I've been attacked head on before. I've been shot at and missed and shit at and hit. Believe me, a computer don't. If somebody's saying something on a computer, I think it's funny as hell. That makes people realize our stupidity. All the information you need to know to make a decision or make an educated decision is right here on social media. It's on Google. It's on Bing. It's everywhere. Look it up. And then when you look it up, you'll look and see, damn, what they're doing is against the law. They've been doing it for 15 years. Now, the individuals have been doing it for 50 years remind you. You know what 15 years remind you? Because the fact is they've been doing it the same damn way. So how many years have they been doing it illegal? Case in point, Huntington, Texas, $5 million in debt, population 2016. Do you think maybe there might be a question there? Do you think there might be a different way of doing things? I can go on and on about Huntington because the fact is that, you know, at this place it's like Area 51, man. I'm telling you, you have to see it to believe it. One other point about 19% tax or pay increase in utilities, which include water and sewer, 19% across the board. And guess what? The water's got 8 contaminants in it. 7 of them are linked to cancer, and the other one, they haven't finished studying it yet. What do? Well, we just pay the fine because it's cheaper just to pay the fine. Where's the EPA? She can't figure that out. Where's the Environmental Protection Agency? I don't know. Where's TCEQ? Where is our monitor? It's just like the FBI. You can put information in front of them, but it doesn't matter because the fact is that it don't go nowhere. Got asked one day by an individual who got roughed up by the police department. And I said, well, what'd you do about it? And he said, well, filed a complaint with the sheriff. I said, how long do you think that somebody was in his hands? He goes, I don't know, what do you mean? I said, it made his way out of the envelope so he could read it, and I guarantee it's in the trash somewhere, being recycled or shredded today. I'm sorry, but for city officials, public officials, or whatever rank of position that you hold, I do not know it's not an acceptable answer. They didn't tell me it's not an acceptable answer. You hold a position what you're getting paid for, and it's required of you to actually do that job. Sucks to have a job, don't it? It's a spitting face to every working man who's got up all of his life and worked his butt off, overtime if necessary, to put food on the table. He went to work every damn day and he did his job. They benefited a whole damn country. But we can't even get our politicians to do that. Once somebody gets elected to a position, well, then they're holier than thou. They forget where they come from. They forget who pays their damn salaries. Hold them accountable. Ask them questions. Do not accept, I don't know. Find out. Let me know. How do you insist on it as part of the sales technique? On Tuesday, you ask them, I don't know. Well, I'll call you back on Thursday. You think you'll know by then? And God forbid people record everything. You're going to need to. This is how bad it's gotten. Denial is taught in Politician 101. We got to be smarter than the average bear. We got to beat them at their own game. You can't fight the law. Hell, they're going to be right no matter what. Hell, they'll lock you up just because they made up a reason. It's because they don't like you. They don't like your family or something. Don't use that avenue. Go through the court system. Go through your legal avenues. Go through the Freedom of Information request. You keep requesting something long enough, or enough people start requesting them, guess what? They're going to say one thing. Oh, shit, they noticed. Politicians, city officials, county officials continue to break laws as long as they don't get caught. If you don't believe me, just look at what's happening in Washington today. Somebody gets caught, people start asking questions, and somebody's resigning within a month. And they're not going to run. They got out. If you think that stops at the federal level, I'm sorry guys, you're wrong. But you got to do your part. In order to receive a speedy trial, you have to request it. Did you know that? So all these laws that are created that are on the surface, we are told that they mean one thing, but actually, by us not researching it, they mean totally something else. And they get you on it. If you suspect a problem in your area, you know that somebody's doing something wrong in your area with your officials or your law enforcement officers, let me tell you what, just remember the statute of what they're doing wrong. And when they come up there to you and they actually, you know, for example, don't ever talk to the cops. They're not your friend. I do not answer questions. I do not submit to any search procedure of my property, and I want to talk to a lawyer. That's it. Anything else they do after that to gain evidence, it cannot be admissible. It cannot be admissible in court, and it's easy. I can't tell you guys how many times I've heard this from lawyers. The best thing you can do for yourself when you find yourself in a bind is shut up. Put the shut to the up. They are not your friends. They are there to enhance their career, get a raise, and actually get a promotion. See how that works? The more arrests they got, the better chance they got a promotion. Or rate high salary rate increase. And then look at your office. How does an officer expect you to respect him when he doesn't even respect himself? by the way he wears his uniform, the way he conducts himself, and actually how he looks in his uniform. I'm sorry, ladies, 350 pounds is not something I want. I don't want somebody 350 pounds protecting me. If push comes to shove, I'd be protecting his ass because he can't run from here to there without having a heart attack. Looked up the stats last night, 80% of law officers are overweight. Another percentage of that is that, you know what? Most of them die from a heart attack than what they do on their job. Now, guess who has to pay for that whenever they have a heart attack on duty? You, the taxpayers, got to pay for that. Just because you didn't insist on them meeting height and weight standards. Actually, the whole community is actually, from people that are driving through, the police department is probably the one person that they're going to encounter, especially in a town like this. Hell, you come through here, you're going to get a speeding ticket, so you might as well go ahead and get ready. I got friends that when they get ready to leave and come up to see my house, whatever, they go ahead and get their license, registration, and their insurance, and they put it up in their visor because they know they're going to get stopped. And then, if you get a ticket and they play that game, guess what? That's something that stays on the books before you even get a time. Therefore, you even get a time to. You don't even have time to go. You can't even go to trial for a year. But you try my ass. Just an example. I'm sure that you can state very many things if you sit down and think about it, about stuff that's actually illegal. That you know what, you're just saying, oh well, that's the way it works. I can't change it. Question the hell out of them. They want to charge you with something good. Go the whole freaking 9 yards. Let's go to court. How much is it worth it to the county for you to take me to court or some bullshit charge? This is where the criminals are winning over, because the fact is that, you know what? It's part of the system. I get busted for something, guess what? I got to hire a lawyer. Lawyer gets good with the judge because the fact is he turns it into, no, not going to see, not go before the judge as long as we get a plea agreement, and we'll have to be done with it. This case is closed. Ask yourself, or any individual around you, whenever you request to go to trial, see how long it takes you to get that trial. But as soon as you say plea agreement, you'll be in and out of court in about a month. If I'm lying, I'm dying. So I refuse anymore. I'm getting too damn old, too tired, I'm too damn cranky to put up with bullshit. I don't have time for bullshit. I do not have time for you to waste my damn time on you trying to be Billy Badass, okay? There ain't no more John Waynes. In the Marine Corps, we used to call it John Wayne. If somebody wants to be a freaking hero, wants to get all the perks, wants to have all the medals and everything like that, that's the first one that ends up dead. Please do your research on something that you see is wrong in your neighborhood. Speak up about it. Whatever it may be. Because ultimately, your children will have to go through the same damn thing. Isn't it worth you standing up and doing what's right and changing an unjust law so your children don't have to grow up with it? Or better yet, where your children don't have to grow up with it and think that it's right. I can't believe the number of individuals that I went to Marine Corps with when we all went to boot camp. We're all from everywhere else, you know, and we got shooting the crap sometimes, you know, not very many times. But anyway, we got to shoot the crap sometimes in my downtime, and we started comparing. Everybody, they do that. They can't do that. They can't do that. We don't tell them that. They do that shit every damn day. Hold these individuals accountable, guys. I mean, and also think about the option of, you know what, let's participate in a conversation here online to where we can make some definite changes. Making changes is not getting in and may or may not be being in a protest. I personally don't go to protests because, you know, I don't want to argue with somebody who I know I can't change their mind. And I damn sure don't want to go there because, you know, somebody will rake the wind and they'll blame it on me. That's just my luck. I'll get hauled in. And God forbid one of these some guns get in front of me where I can't move forward or can't move around, I'm sorry. I'm going to knock the hell out of you. Get out of my way. I'm going to listen to your crap. Get out of my way. Sorry. I'm not the one. It ain't today. Not this day. So get involved. Whether it be here, post it on Gab. Being involved in something you can actually make a change too. I see all the time on social media, people are talking about Jews, they're talking about blacks, they're talking about all this other kind of shit. That shit's been going on forever. We're evolving, okay? There's a lot of damn things to be fixed in the United States. You can't do every damn thing at one time. You got to start slow, and you got to start at the bottom and work your way up. Getting someone elected on a council seat is important. Getting somebody that'll speak up for you is important. Getting somebody to the commissioner's position, that's important. Next thing you know, you got all these individuals because you've got enough support. Next thing you got all these individuals wanting your support. It starts here with us, guys. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work. And obviously a lot of blatant people for just somebody to spread the message. Whatever your message is. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to talk what's right and wrong or whatever. I'm telling you what I think, but here's what I see. What I see is basically this, is that the American people have let ourselves down. We have become apathetic. We have become lazy. The fact is, you know what? We are trusting decisions made by others who do not have the proper education or the qualifications to make those type of decisions. And we not because we don't want to. I'm sorry, people. This is America. And one thing I'll tell you about this right now is, you know what? You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to like every decision that's made. You ain't got to like everything that's going on. You don't have to like it, but you got to show up. With these numbers of voting that are downfalling every year, we're giving up. Many people are saying that storm's coming. Well, shit, I believe it's already here. It says in the current video. And we're doing it to ourselves. We're sitting down and allowing these people to take away our rights one by one. Just by merely us not knowing those laws and what is actually our legal rights and what our avenues are. We don't even participate in that anymore. We go to a lawyer and say, hey, get me out of this. We leave the decisions up to him. I had to reach an attorney because I didn't agree with him. I said, no, I'm going to trial. He said, well, I'm got to withdraw from your case. And I want him on a case anyway. Too damn late. If he don't want to go to trial, like you said in his agreement, if he don't go to trial, then guess what? I don't want you as my attorney anyway. Begging me to plea agreement. A plea agreement to say, you know what? Well, we're going to drop the charges, but you got to sign that you won't sue the county. Okay. On this case, what about the 5 others that I got on your ass? What are you going to do about them? You got to stay on top of your game. You got to stay on top of what's happening in your world, people. And for God's sake, sometimes turn off the MSM and just turn off Fox News and turn off CNN, because I tell you, they're just trying to tell you what to think and what to try to believe. I understand you got to watch the news. Okay, great, watch the news. But guess what? Have your own damn opinion. I do it here all the time. My wife thinks I'm freaking crazy. Get somebody, commentators on Fox News talking about you. I'm like, you're stupid. And I damn sure don't want to turn in to hear freaking 2 people arguing. They ain't accomplishing nothing. We're going to wake up one day and we're going to look around and we're going to say what happened. Just like Custer said. And that's where the Custer was. Where in the hell did all these Indians come from? Well, that's what's going to happen. And there ain't no saving them. Yeah. I stand true to my word. I'm going to start making videos more frequently. Especially when I see something that ticks me off or something I got to comment on. That's therapy for me. I hope some people will listen. I hope people will comment. I hope you'll participate in the action. Because we need that. If you're asking yourself, or you find yourself the next week and you're saying, what can I do? Well, first thing you can do is you can actually start speaking out here. Someone's inviting you to share your opinion and your thoughts and your processes and your answers, and want to know what you're thinking about. How do we solve these problems? It's time to stop bitching at each other and start solving problems together. I had soldiers that would bitch all the time, but come showtime, they were best friends, and they learned to respect each other for what each other thought. So they put their ass on the line together. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to put your ass on the line. It's time for you to get up, stand for something. Very intelligent gentleman I talked to last weekend told me, he said, you know what, I hate to say it in my old years, he said, you know, people are going to have to stand for something, you're going to have to pick a side. People tell me all the time, well, that ain't going to happen here. Well, ask yourself, what if it does? What if it does? I'll leave you with that. Let's walk back. Please share if you don't want to be bothered. Please comment. Let me know what you're going on or whatever subject you want to talk about. And hell yeah, I'll give you my 2 cents, but I also take in your opinions and I'll intertwine between them. And guess what? Me and you probably come up with an answer. As a joke, I'm going to tell you guys, between everybody here in this YouTube area or whatever, I guess we can solve all the damn problems. Put our heads together. But one thing I can't solve is where I can't solve nothing. We can't solve anything. We cannot solve anything or make progress unless we cooperate with each other and stop bitching and moaning about each other. This is America. America was built on people who speak up. Not only ask, but demand information from our government that we're entitled to. You can do it. I got faith in you. Let me know how it goes in your travel. This is Wolfpack. Keep your powder dry. Out.